What's good, everyone? This is Artist of Truth coming to you with another vlog entry on this wonderful, magnificent Monday afternoon. Yes, the beginning of the work week. So, as I always say, you know, may your day be positive, and the only one who can make that possible is you. Your joy and happiness belong solely unto you. No one can take it unless you allow them to have it. So that means you have to give that to them. So be mindful in moving about your day, the remainder of your work week, that you must remain positive and stop giving your energy and your time away to people who are undeserving of it. Okay? So on that note, let us roll into the topic of the day. Um, I don't know if you're fully aware of these mass shootings that has been taking place. Strangely, we've had a total of four different mass shootings. Of course, these mass shootings have crimes, uh, terroristic actions have been occurring at the hands of Caucasian uh, Caucasian males. Now, if you notice, the uh, the 45th president is not calling these Caucasian uh, terroristic individuals. Uh, he's not calling them terrorists, and one of the most disgusting things about this is you have this individual, this male who is this foreigner who is occupying you know uh, the capital right now, and he's speaking about building a wall to keep illegal immigrants out. Now, I do understand there are a lot of people who feel that Mexicans should not be coming into this country, and because they're taking away jobs, and they shouldn't be allowed to come into this country. And even this 45th made the statement about Mexico was going to build a wall and they were going to fund it and whatnot, even though Mexico hasn't built anything at all. There's the wall, which is just bullshit. My thing is, how in the hell are you going to talk about building a wall to keep illegal immigrants out? And first and foremost, you're an immigrant. You know what I'm saying? You are an immigrant. What a lot of people fail to realize is, and this same shit applies for the Caucasians, the Europeans. What you fail to understand is this land was already occupied. This land did not belong to no British, no Europeans. It didn't belong to them. You know, the Native Americans shared this land with the Aztecs, which are Mexicans. So you step in, you take the land that once belonged to natives, and then you want to talk about building a wall to keep them out. You want to talk about building our military up so strong to protect the citizens from terroristic threats. Look here. Let me explain something to you folks out there in the world who just seem to love, this government corporation, and you love the flag. Oh, America's being great again. I was like, first and foremost, these mass shootings that are taking place, that's bullshit. Because, and the reason why I say it's bullshit is because you have a 40 something, 45th president who's running his mouth about building a wall and protecting the people from terroristic threats. But the biggest fucking terrorists out here in the world are the foreigners, the Europeans. They are one of the biggest terrorists on the face of this planet. Wherever they step foot, wherever they call themselves integrating into, they bring nothing but havoc. They bring nothing but havoc, problems, and there's no sense of peace. Now, also something that really bothers me, that really crushes me to the core, is that you have melanated men, women, as well as offspring who are unarmed, who are either unarmed or handcuffed, and they're being shot dead in, they're being shot dead in the street. Now, if you noticed, every mass shooter that has been apprehended, who hasn't taken his own life, they have been, for the most part, they have been apprehended peacefully and incarcerated. For some strange reason, they are not a threat. They are not a threat to police officers. You have yet to hear one officer, you have yet to hear one police officer say, "I feared for my life," when it came down to a Caucasian, a European mass shooter. You haven't heard no police officer utter that, to say, "I fear for my life." And then when you spot this mass shooter, you don't aim down your sights on him and split his muffin cap. Y'all notice that? Just about every single mass shooter has been apprehended, taken into custody. They didn't beat on them. They didn't kick them, stomp them, or, they didn't bruise them up. They didn't do any of those things. But these motherfuckers were apprehended alive, unbruised, not even a scuff. And they're sitting up somewhere and God knows whose privately owned institution that, guess what, taxpayers are paying for. Your money is taking care of them. Maximum security prison, that's bullshit. That's not justice. But yet you have some of the most racist, terroristic, barbaric-like behavior. Europeans, trash terrorists, who are taking upon themselves to antagonize and bring harm to melanated people. Whether you are a cop, whether you are a judge, whether you are a DA, those type of individuals need their heads taken off completely. That white supremacy is real. I've known it to be real for so many years. I've read about it. I've seen it with my own eyes. But it's sad. It's sad and it's pathetic. And you can't possibly tell me that a black, a melanated man, woman, or offspring who doesn't possess a gun can get shot and killed in the street, left to bleed out and die on this pavement. And they haven't brought harm to anyone. They haven't brought harm to anyone. But then you have, wow, I'm, honestly, I'm really and truly trying to wrap my brain around it. But I just have to call it for what it is. You can't build a wall to protect the American people. Basically, what you're talking about, what a lot of Republicans, racist individuals, and not only that, racist terrorist Europeans, as well as your fucking 45th bullshitting ass president who doesn't have the testicles to call one of his own a terrorist. That's too much like right. You feel me? That's too much like right. To not call them terrorists, to just apprehend them and not shoot them dead in the street is a clear, concise message that the biggest threat in this country is not melanated people. It's not melanated people at all. The biggest threat in this country are Europeans. Now, I understand you may take offense to what I'm saying. That's all right. That is, you are entitled to that shit. But that's one thing that you cannot put on us. You can't put on us about, oh, we out here mass shooting everyone and this, that, and the fifth. We're targeting. I'm like, damn, I've already heard 5 melanated people are gunned down in the street, dead in these mass shootings. Then you have police officers, they're going apprehending these folks. I'm like, what the fuck you apprehended them? Spread their brain fragments all over this damn pavement. But, that just goes to show you how much more do you all need to see and possibly experience to get the fucking wake-up call. First and foremost, it's time to arm yourself. Stop allowing these Europeans to antagonize you, flip off at the mouth. Stop allowing them to put their hands on your children, on your women. It's time to start chopping them off. It is time to start putting them in their place. They fear us when we don't have guns. They fear us already. So what the hell do you actually believe? All your praying is not doing shit. All your marching and protesting ain't doing shit. That shit is old. It is time to start getting your shit together, people. What are you gonna do? You gonna sit around and wait until you become a victim? Wait until your children become a statistic? Like, what are you doing? Oh yeah, teaching your child how not to make the wrong move with a police officer. I was like, that's all fine and dandy. But if you're not taking your child to a gun range and teaching him or her how to aim and shoot, how to load a gun, how to learn the ins and outs, learn the laws of how to protect yourself, what's going to happen? From time to time, they're going to have a couple of these mass shooters come out and just start spraying every damn body at random. Just spraying everybody at random. And you know what's going to happen? They too will sit up in jail. They won't be they'll be apprehended. They'll sit up in jail. And the funny part about it is we're taken care of. And if you ask me, I feel like, shoot, when you get out there and you start killing that many people, they need to go ahead and just put you in front of a wall and just open fire. Just let the damn community just put you in front of a wall and just start spraying. And after they spray you, go ahead and dump your body in the dumpster. We'll kill a black man, will kill a black man, woman, or offspring in the street that hasn't even committed a crime. But then you got motherfuckers out here that are actually killing people and they are apprehended alive. Leave your comments below. Like the video. In the meantime, in between time, one love, protect yourself, and never give away your joy and your happiness, because it always belongs to you. Talk with you soon, and protect yourselves.